underestimate the power of PlayStation.
Beyond.
Scoop!
Beyond.
There we go. What's up, everybody? It's
4 out of 5.
Episode 132 of Podcast Beyond. Colin, can you believe it? 132.
Release the Kraken.
That's the guy's catchphrase? Hello, everyone.
We yell that every day.
I am Greg Miller, your host, alongside Dr. Choco Taco, Ryan Clements.
That's me.
Guys Guru, Colin Moriarty.
What up?
And our guests this week, none other than IGN Game Scoop host,
About
Daemon
time.
Hatfield. Making his podcast Beyond Daemon.
Took you 132 episodes to get your good buddy Damon on Podcast Beyond.
You know, we're just starting this guest rotations. We're just starting to shake it up a little bit.
Yep.
Get some other opinions in here. Also, Mark Ryan.
What's up?
Sallee.
How's it going?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. This is actually not my first podcast. At least I don't think it's my first podcast. Maybe it is my first podcast Beyond.
Beyond?
Maybe it is.
You've
Never mind.
been on Beyond before? I didn't think so.
I get them all mixed up.
What?
Perhaps long ago.
For the new listeners, what would you say you do here, Mark Ryan?
What would you say?
Well, Bob. So I manage the guides, cheats, and facts channels. Mostly, I do a lot of HTML layout and stuff.
Yeah, you do just about every thing we ever do involving HTML. You somehow get a hack.
Everything we ever do,
code.
Mark Ryan does.
Yeah, pretty much. He
And I do it for you.
he made the back end.
I made Nib.
We wouldn't be able to work without you. We wouldn't be able to work without you.
I did not make Nib.
Once again, everyone, Sam Bishop is on a secret mission off in the distance, in a jungle somewhere in a faraway land, working on assignments. Actually ran into Sam yesterday. I was at a very hush-hush event. This is my first day in the office, everybody. This is my first
not
day,
your first day in
this
the
week
office. Ever?
in the office.
Oh.
You know
No,
what,
it's not.
Damon? Don't worry about it. All right? Yeah, these are the little facts people saw two awesome games. Like, this is pretty much when somebody says, I want to write about games, they would imagine the week I've had. Where they just, Monday I went and played a game for 8 hours that's not released.
You can't talk about either of these games?
Both embargoed.
That's
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah, well, and embargoes are weird,
That's
right?
dumb.
You would think the embargo is on me saying what I thought of the game.
Yeah.
But I just play it safe and don't say anything.
Yeah, you.
Two unreleased games. Yesterday I went or I guess yesterday and the day before that I was playing one game for 2 days.
See, I don't play it safe like Greg Miller does.
No.
Yesterday, I saw Planet Mini Golf. It is embargoed until 9 a.m. tomorrow, but I'm going to break that embargo right now and tell you that game is fun.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Damon. This whole
You're gonna get
podcast
an
can't go
angry
off now.
call.
This whole podcast can't go off now.
Is that legal?
I don't care if it's legal
There's
or not.
there's no rules in video game journalism. Anyways, Sam, yesterday, we were all very excited to play this game. Sam wasn't there when it's in the morning, and he was like 2 hours late. Turns out he had eaten some bad chicken. Sick to his stomach. The kid has the worst luck in his life, I tell you.
That
Poor
dude
Sam
has
Bishop.
bad luck.
Very, very bad luck. Or it's all in his head.
Nah, whatever. Hey, Ryan, you ready for the Roper Report?
Yeah.
All right.
Toppers
Time
unders.
for news. That was a rough opening, huh? We used to have a better Roper Report.
Don't we have computers that can make that noise?
You like gave me a look, like a knowing look, as in I should have known what you were about to do, or that there was something special I was supposed to do right
I think
then.
it's good. This is the best part about this round table. We can see everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody can see each other's eyes.
We're the podcasters of the round table.
I like that.
Ooh.
All right, so the lead story in the Roper Report is that Chris Roper has a new job. Everybody knows he left
That's
IGN.
very appropriate.
He is now a community specialist at Zipper, the guys who do SOCOM 4 right now and just did MAG, working with Dunham again, who also left IGN to go work at Zipper.
Yep.
In another community role. Look at that.
It's the circle of life.
And
Oh
a
my
Beyond
gosh.
alumni as well.
Yeah, Beyond founders. They were a part of the initial core group there. I also saw Jeff Haynes the other day too. He's doing
Oh,
good.
yeah?
How is he?
Yeah, he's good. He's swimming.
Is he also working at Zipper?
No, he's not working at Zipper. He butt trends. He's
Everyone
looking-
just goes to Zipper.
He's working at Buttons. Anybody? No, that wasn't a good joke. Come on, zippers, buttons.
Terrible.
I get it.
Hey, Damon, I
terrible.
got bad news.
Hey, how do you feel
sorry.
about button flies?
I don't. It seems like that's too much. There's no. I
Yeah,
don't-
that's too
I
much
mean,
work,
don't get me wrong.
right?
I don't like the metal teeth interlocking down there either.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
scary.
Exactly. Well, here's
Well,
here's the deal: is I just recently got my first pair of button fly jeans.
They
How's
still
that
sell
and I
those,
like them.
huh?
I like
Really?
them.
I didn't know they still sold them.
You like them?
Yeah, the Levi's 501 is a button fly. I can show you if you want.
Backing up a moment. Greg, do you wear underwear?
I do.
And what is there to fear from your zipper?
Oh, I have plenty of underwear that don't have the button on that fly. That are
Wait,
just that
what?
like the J Crew. Just there's no
There's,
button on the fly.
there's
It's just
danger even with the underwear.
You wear like boxers then?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I wear boxer briefs, so I guess I'm more protected.
No problem.
More
No problem.
protected.
Yeah. I have a couple of boxer briefs, but I'm mainly straight up boxers.
Okay.
I mix it up with a little bit of both. If you're curious.
I don't fear the zipper.
You know. That's
Yeah,
that
I
could
would,
be assault.
if I was wearing the loose boxers, I would definitely have that concern.
You got to be careful. I've gone down the road. And you don't want to go there because that is the worst experience you will have. Anyways, bad news, Damon. I know you're a big fan of this franchise. NCAA Football 11 is not coming to the PSP.
Also, it sounded like you were calling him Bad News Damon.
I thought that too. I didn't appreciate that.
He's like, look at this guy.
That's a good
Bad
name.
News Damon.
Bad News Damon? No, that's not a good name at all.
Debbie Downer.
Yeah,
All right, whatever.
To be
You
fair,
guys-
not much
you guys
else is
rough.
coming to the PSP either. So.
that's true.
That's mean. In fact, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker is coming. It's getting its own Big Boss PSP pack. I don't think we talked about this last week. I think it broke while we were in Beyond.
How long before it gets ported to PS3?
I don't know. That'll be interesting, right? It seems like that makes sense. But
Which one? Peace Walker?
Yeah, because it's not gonna make the money back that they put into it. Because
Right.
not a lot of people have PSPs, and a lot of people don't like playing their PSPs because they're stupid.
It's not true. A lot of people do have PSPs.
They don't like playing their PSPs.
Exactly.
Oh, I gotta put a firmware in it.
How many PSPs have been sold?
A ton. I don't have
You
that
don't
number.
know?
Bajillions.
It's done.
It's being beaten by DS though over 2-to-1 ratio. So.
Well, yeah, but the DS is like the best-selling console of all time, so you can't really.
It's not a console.
But you can extrapolate the
platform.
number.
Whatever.
It's like 60.
You got to be specific
We
on
would
podcast.
also
Yeah.
have accepted system.
Yes.
Anyways, it makes sense. I would
Or
think to
Funbox.
eventually bring it up, but I don't know
I would not
when they
accept
would do it. You know
Funbox.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's all on Konami, I guess, to decide how they would want to do that. Bring it over.
It bothers me that
Konami.
they even put it on, like put a core Metal Gear game on the PSP instead of just putting it on PS3. Personally.
Yeah. Well, does it bother you that the Big Boss PSP pack is $200, which is $50 less than a PSP Go, and you're getting the game, a camouflage PSP, a voucher for a movie,
Wait.
voucher for free content, a 4GB stick?
Which
I
PSP are you getting?
3,000.
It's camouflaged.
Mhm.
So you can
If
technically
you drop
lose
it in the grass, it's gone. You'll never find it.
That doesn't sound very
Looking
good.
around desperate for his PSP.
I'd like to point out, so I've been playing the PSP Go more often
Uh-huh.
these days.
Yeah.
So I've been playing the minis, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Here we go.
I still like the PSP Go, but it feels cramped to me after you play it for a while. Like the buttons are so close together as compared to the PSP 3000.
Yep. I'm still an
It feels
advocate
pretty
of the
cramped.
3000.
I love my Go.
What about the 2000?
Same thing. Whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
I love my Go, yeah, but I could see like for frantic games and there might be a bigger problem with it. Like for certain games, like third-person shooters, it might be a little bit different with. But for the minis I play and for like Patapon and stuff like that, I'm fine with it.
You're fine. It doesn't feel cramped to you.
No,
You have bigger hands than me too.
I know. They call me Big Hands Greg. Big Hands McGraw. Hey, Colin.
Yo.
Bring me up to speed on all this Infinity Ward Activision business.
Well, there's
Our
some,
resident legal expert.
Yeah. let me just tell you. So there's some.
Let me just tell you.
So I guess the boys that left, the founders of Infinity Ward sued Activision, then Activision countersued or whatever. Now there are what 13 people.
13 since March have
Yeah,
left. We had more exodus while we were in our Beyond week off or whatever you call it. Leading up to this show. We have 13 people total gone. A whole bunch of programmers and animators left this last time.
lead designers and lead animators, and it seems like it's they're poaching.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Well, yeah, because now the founders of Infinity Ward have started Respawn Entertainment, which is now in bed with EA, and they're working on a quote-unquote big blockbuster.
Yes. I guess I skipped that whole middle part of the story.
That's fine. No, you got us where we needed to be. We're in the road report. This is how the news goes.
Uh-huh. It's
Right.
circular.
Right.
News is circular.
Yes. Interesting.
What
Like this
percentage of
table.
that 13 people have left and joined with the new
Respawn.
team?
I haven't heard that part.
I don't think
I'd
any of them have
imagine.
said.
Yeah, I think
okay.
imagine most of them would be, but I would think that maybe
Gotcha.
part of their leaving, they can't say stuff like Conan.
So they can make another first-person shooter. Wouldn't that be
So
exciting?
they're gonna join TBS.
Exactly.
Are you down on first-person shooters? Are you?
No, I like them, but I mean, it's just there a lot of them are with the exception of maybe the brilliance of Resistance 2 and Killzone.
Brilliance, huh?
Yeah.
You can let that laugh out, Ryan. It's okay. You don't have to hold it back.
No, I've argued with Colin about that so many times. I don't want to make him angry.
That's interesting that when you would talk about brilliant first-person shooters, you would go with Resistance and Killzone and not like Half-Life.
I've never played any of the Half-Life games.
You're not missing much.
A crime.
You are crazy.
Yeah.
I want to
it's-
play. I want to play the Orange Box on PS3, but as
trophies.
everyone knows, I don't play games without trophies.
What about
Except for-
the 360 version? Because the Orange Box on PS3 does not.
But
when it
don't-
first came out, it did not run
correct
well.
me if I'm wrong. I don't think Colin will earn trophies for playing 360
Right.
games.
Right.
Plus,
but
I won't be able to
he
hear my
has a
television if the
360
Xbox
though,
is on.
right? Don't you have a 360?
No,
Oh.
I would. I would love to buy a 360 if they just
If
fixed
they,
them.
yes, if they didn't
They
break.
didn't break all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it sounds like you have like a jet engine on in your house when you turn it on.
That is true.
That's why I wear headphones whenever I play my 360.
All right.
It blocks out the jet engine
jet engine
sound.
noise?
I don't know why that was so weird to say.
Only your 360. You don't wear headphones when you play PS3 games.
PS3 also, but then I don't have to worry about that's just me enjoying the high fidelity of my headphones as opposed to trying to block out the jet engine sound.
But it sounded like you were saying the reason that you were wearing.
Okay,
the
you know what?
headphones
This is way too big of a deal.
Hey, Ryan, you love Transformers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
I know you don't. But Activision, they announced 2 more Transformers for the game: Autobot Air Raid and Decepticon Breakdown.
Breakdown.
I'm sure that means something to somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Breakdown-
This was yeah.
I really hope Breakdown is like the new generation Soundwave, and he has like giant speakers on his
I
shoulders,
assume
and
he
then
breakdances all the
during
time.
battle he's like Breakdown, and then like like
Breakdown, baby.
this intense bass starts going. That'd be awesome.
Yes.
I've got a box full of Transformers underneath my desk right now.
Do you remember the Breakdown?
I don't know any of those.
No, they're not real. They're not the A team of Transformers.
Pterosaur terrorize. Sorry, that was a Beast Wars reference.
That was good.
Uncharted 2 is getting some new DLC. It's co-op. It's Siege. Basically, it sounds like.
Have you checked it out yet, or you're
Horde.
going to check it out?
I'm checking it out tomorrow, and then impressions go up on Monday morning.
Isn't that embargo?
Yeah, that's fine, I think, to say. This part has been announced or whatever. I don't know.
I want some single player DLC. Is that too much to ask?
No, I'm glad they're doing more co-op. Co-op's where it's at. That game, they need more co-op campaigns in it.
We still never played co-op.
It's
Wanna
actually
do it
really
tonight?
good.
No,
don't
bring
know.
home your PS3 tonight? No, you
No,
don't
I'd
wanna
have to
do
take
it.
my PS3
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
No, I want to play Just Cause 2.
Jumping another thing here. Have you bought Splinter Cell yet?
Nope.
All right, we should do that too.
Yeah.
I have a little tangent
me.
also when we're done with Roper Report.
Oh, okay. And then to close out the road report, Konami teased the new Silent Hill. Who's excited?
Not me.
Really?
Nah.
Nah.
I don't really care about the Silent Hill franchise. I
don't really
respect
either.
it.
Yeah, I don't.
but I
just
don't
never
care about
been
it.
interested in it.
I'd
Really.
be interested in a new, HD, whatever, brand new kind of thing.
That's what it is. So it's for PS3.
Well, they showed it at the Konami Gamers Night. All it was a trailer at the very end. It didn't even say Silent Hill. It was like the silence ends. I think at E3. The silence ends soon, kind of thing. And they showed some guy just.
Was
in
it
the street.
Pyramid Head?
No, it was just some dude in the street looking around at noises, and then something attacked him.
That sounds like a Frogger sequel.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Ryan, give me your tangent of the week before we do anything else.
Yeah, this is actually a very huge tangent
This is left field?
because it's a 360 question.
Oh my goodness.
Has anyone actually played the Kasumi DLC for Mass Effect yet?
Steimer did.
All right, because I downloaded it and I don't know how to access it.
You're gonna have
Like,
to find her on the map. It'll just
so
be like the
does she not
Zahid.
even? But right, but it didn't even show up in my journal like a new mission. Like there's nothing new there. So do I have to talk to a character first?
You have to
and it
scan
activates?
every planet
Oh,
in
okay.
an attempt to find the anomaly.
Oh, okay.
And then land on that planet.
All right.
Chances are it'll just when you look at your galaxy map, you should see a dot somewhere that's new that says. blah, blah,
Sounds like
blah.
Colin gets to update the guide.
Yeah, when's that? Yeah.
I will. I'll ask Christine. I don't trust any of these answers I've been getting.
It's true. None of them were correct. I don't.
You have to go to the Citadel and hit up, down, left, right.
A B
No, BA.
B A B A
Start.
B A B A B out
Yeah.
B out B out.
Colin.
Yo.
When I'm not talking about 360 games, I like to play PS3 games
Yeah.
or PSP games.
Yeah, I
the
mean-
occasional PS2.
Right.
But I just can't keep up with it anymore.
Yeah.
Where would I go for games? I don't know. What's out even?
Well, you go to the official IGN list of upcoming PlayStation software on all 3 platforms by the IGN editors. It's a bad week again. Well, it's not a bad week. It's not a bad
God
week. Let me take that back. It's
darn
not a
it.
bad week. It's a slow week, but not as slow as last week.
When there was nothing. When there was no
been a
games.
rough
When there were
couple
no
of
games.
weeks.
There's only one game coming out this week. It's for PS3. It's Grand Theft Auto episodes from Liberty City.
Not a bad one.
So you get to play Lost in the Damned and the Ballad of Gay Tony, which are also very awesome. And I wrote the guides for them, and
I
they're a lot of
haven't
fun.
played either of the episodes.
How
yet.
are the helicopter controls?
Oh my god. Yeah, so when I was writing there's a lot of helicopter missions in the Ballad of Gay Tony when I was writing that guide some time ago. Mark Ryan got a big kick out of it because I couldn't. The helicopter basically is uncontrollable in the game. and when you go online and you search for like helicopter controls, everyone just forums all over the
They all
world
say.
just talking about how bad the helicopter controls are. So good luck with those. But otherwise, the stories are cool. The characters are likable.
You can skydive.
Yeah, you can skydive.
Yeah.
There's skydiving mini games. There's pigeons to kill
Or you can-
or seagulls. I think there are in the
Trophies.
Or you could play
Trophies,
Just
yes.
Cause 2
Why? How come?
because it has better gameplay.
You missed it. Just Cause.
Oh.
That would
Sorry.
have been delightful.
I never really that joke never really clicked with me as much as everyone else. It seems. But yeah,
Why
Just
not?
Cause. even the PR people, whenever they were like, hey, let's talk about just cuz, and they put like a little Z on the end, and I'd be like, eh.
Well, I don't think that's a joke. I think that's just saving time.
Well,
Okay.
Clements, I will be playing Just Cause 2.
Excellent.
Have you started? You haven't started it yet, right?
I started it last night, but then realized in 5 minutes in I was too drunk to be playing any video game.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Greg, can I just go on a brief tangent myself before we
Sure.
get into the zombie blog now? This one's for Ryan Clements. Now, I already talked to him about it, but I wanted to let Beyond know that I've gone back this week and I started playing Final Fantasy VII again for the first time since I was like 12.
You're doing it
I
for
saw your
Ryan?
Facebook status
Yeah,
update.
yeah. I'm talking about it, and I don't really want to get into how I feel about it too much yet. I was talking to Geddes, might write an editorial about revisiting the game and stuff like that. But I will say this: it's not quite as mediocre as I remember it being. It's actually not bad. You know, it brought me back to but I don't know if I'm still kind of dwelling on whether it's nostalgia, or not. So more on that in a couple of weeks. But I wanted to do that for Ryan Clements.
Thank you.
You know what? I started playing again last night.
What's that?
Or 2 nights ago. Infamous.
Yeah.
Come on.
Why not?
What a game.
Why not?
What a
Best game on PlayStation 3.
So good. So much.
Best
so
game
much
on
fun.
PlayStation 3.
This is my 4th time. Love it.
If we're on tangents, I might as well say that when you said the too drunk to play any video game, I had a similar experience a couple nights ago when I went to play Mass Effect. Of course, another 360 game, and I was gone. And I got into one of the clubs.
Oh
and
yeah, I heard you
I was
talking about
telling
this.
I was telling Clayman this. I thought I was in this club. Like I was I had my headphones on. I was like, oh, this is amazing, because there's all this like fire on the walls and there's like Asari dancing and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm actually in the Omega Afterlife Club right now.
Right on.
So yeah,
I love
it's
the
great.
music in that club, and I wish those games would come
so
to the
good.
PS3.
One day they will, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, right before 3 or right after it.
Yeah, I think they'll release them all at the same time.
I hope so. That'd be awesome. Trophies. In a similar story to Damon's, last night I had the beers with him. And when I got home, I started trying to type the podcast Beyond Questions. Realized I was too drunk for that. So instead, I watched The Cove.
The Cove?
Yeah.
That's what a terrible idea.
A documentary about these horrible atrocities with dolphins in Japan.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
See, I don't think I would want to do that
No.
if I was drunk. I would want
I tried to tell him not to
watch something
Try to
fun.
consult him.
Would you want to play stuff off the PSN?
Maybe.
How would you know what's on that?
I don't know. Maybe I would consult this podcast
Yeah, exactly.
for the Zombie Blog next segment.
All right, what's coming out on the PSN this week?
Let's get out my trusty cheat sheet. All right, so here's what is the deal with the PSNs today. Valhalla Knights 2, Battle Stance. Oh, these are all price drops. Valhalla Knights 2, Battle Stance, Tank Battles. Man, I wonder why they're putting that on
That
sale.
one's coming to they're bringing that to Xbox Live indie games for some reason. I thought that was interesting.
TV Show King and Uno. I was about to say UNO. I've never heard of that game before,
That'd
but
be
it's
funny.
Uno.
Don't get TV Show King. Do not buy it. And also, we missed a great one last week. Patapon 2 is now $8.
Not bad.
It's a good
come on.
price.
Ridiculous.
It's a great price.
Oh, wow.
Can't afford
this
not
is
to buy it.
long.
Yeah, come on. Stop being crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, come on. Give me the best stuff.
Here we go. Final Fight Double Impact is
Ooh,
available.
yeah.
That's the downloadable game. As for PS1 classics, we have XS Junior League Dodgeball. For game demos, we have a Skate 3 demo, Sam & Max Episode 1. Add-on content, we have some Magic Orbs content, Zen Pinball, Hustle Kings, Pain, Dante's Inferno, some
you guys
Dynasty
just kind of,
Warriors
like,
content.
Gloss over this stuff. The Zim Pinball table is an Excalibur table, downloadable, and Zim Pinball is a really cool game.
I listed it under downloadable content.
I know, but you just said Zim Pinball.
Yeah.
You didn't say
What do you
anything.
Well,
want?
we had
Damon?
a lot.
You want a 4-hour show where we talk about
Just
everything?
saying, like,
Let me tell you all the
Also,
characters
what's
in
the
Final Fight.
What is the purpose of just reading? There's
So they
something
know
new
what's
for
there.
this one game.
So they know what's there.
Yeah.
It grabs them.
That's
Magic
all.
Orbs DLC. Magic Orbs is fun. The DLC makes it better.
I don't know.
Magic Orbs, I gave a 7.5 without any of the DLC. The DLC, I think, is really good.
The game's a little boring.
It's
I was
hard.
Where's Hyper Balloid? Does anyone know why that game's not on PSN?
Are you aware of this? Hyper Balloid, which we reviewed forever ago because they said we could.
it never
it's
came
still
out?
not out.
It's not out. I sat there like typing it for like an hour. I'm like, where is this game?
Weird.
Yeah, really weird.
Well, I'll have to check out
For
on that.
PSP content, we have Mimana ER Chronicles. There's a bunch of minis.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Here we go.
Goodness.
Lay him down.
Monopoly.
Monopoly Mini?
Cool. I'm down with
Yeah.
Telegraph, Sudoku, and Kakuro.
Okay.
Sheep Defense.
Oh, yes.
all over that
yes.
I'm all over that one.
Are you
Sweet-
defending the sheep or are you defending against the sheep?
I don't know. Sweet Reversey.
Sweet Reversey?
Sweet Reversey. And Tanzurako. Tonzurako.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm excited for all these. I call Monopoly.
Yeah, I want to get
For
Monopoly.
on-game content for PSP, you have Buzz, Quiz World, National Geographic, Kids Quiz, Little Big Planet PSP, Temple Costumes, Little Big Planet PSP, Temple's Theme Pack, and a bunch of game videos.
All right, not too bad. Pick of the week, Colin.
I would
It's
go with
Final
Grand Theft
Fight
Auto,
versus
but
Grand Theft Auto.
I haven't played Final Fight yet. I'm excited about it. I'm going to play it tonight.
Yeah.
So I can't really be an advocate for it. I'm not against it if that's what you want to choose.
See, I would say I'm going to say Final Fight. That's going to be my pick of the week. I reviewed Final Fight. I've played Lost in the Dame on 360, a little bit of Gay Tony on PS3. They're fun. I like them a lot, but they are older.
Yeah.
And so if we're going to go for older games, why not go for the oldest?
I was just about to say.
Fair enough.
What do you think, Dame? What would you pick?
I really liked what they did with Final Fight.
It's great,
And
right?
Magic Sword.
Yeah, Magic Swords include two games for the price of one.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get on the
Really?
playlist.
They're really good.
Maybe I'll download those as well.
Oh my god. That's what he says when he finds a smashed car.
Oh, okay.
Do we have trophy tips?
Just the tip. Final Fight will constantly show you what's happening with the trophies. Like, you're this close to this, beat this
That's
guy.
cool.
Yeah. The problem is that it doesn't hemorrhage them. Not at all.
Right.
Yeah, basically, it's like beat the game with every character, beat the game as co-op, and then there's in-game
Yeah,
stuff.
it hemorrhages the in-game stuff.
Yeah, the in-game stuff, you're unlocking artwork, everything.
Cool.
It's fun. I'd say that's a good one.
It's a pretty short game,
Yeah.
as those games tended to be.
Exactly. Yeah. It's unlimited continues. So you have no.
Oh, really?
There's no desire not to just do your killing spin kick, even though it's slowly hurting you.
Is there online co-op or just
Correct.
local?
No, it's online. That's actually their big focus. Is when
download
you
it.
start a thing, right? You start playing the game. Anybody can just join it. They don't. You can invite people. You can have private matches, but it's supposed to be like the arcade where
Somebody can
you're
just pop
playing
in.
and somebody
You
just
put a
walks up.
quarter on the machine,
Exactly. Yeah.
and you wait.
And
how
then
you
you get
call
like,
it.
then you get the freaking 5-year-old that just walks into the corner, and you're like, why did you put a quarter in the machine?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. Good old Final
Good
Fight.
times.
Yeah. Hey, Colin.
Yo.
Topic of the week. This is yours. This is your baby. Bring it home. Tell me what we're talking
Well,
about.
I kind of just wanted to discuss dead
Why
genre.
is it that-
Yeah, why?
Did you ever wonder?
I just want to talk about dead genres.
Yeah.
Kind of the ebb and flow of genres in our industry or whatever, because
Ebb and flow.
right now we're inundated with things like first-person shooters.
Yes.
10 years ago we were inundated with on PlayStation with 2 JRPGs a week for probably 5 years. And then 10 years before
It's
that,
a lot of JRPGs.
and then 10 years before that in console gaming we were inundated with things like Double Dragon beat 'em ups and and obviously a lot of 2D side scrollers, and then before that adventure games, text adventures, and obviously those things disappeared for a reason. So I just kind of wanted to see what everyone's take was on why a genre died, and if you miss any genres or you want to see a genre come back. Obviously Final Fight's the one that inspired this, because you don't really see a genre like that.
You don't see the beat 'em
You don't
ups.
see beat 'em ups like that really at all. The last one I played was TMNT Turtles in Time or whatever, which is a remake
Castle
of
Crashers.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
Castle
beat 'em
Crashers which is an awesome game.
Yeah.
Unbound Saga, PSP. They had that going on.
So
But was that
Do you
any
want
good?
to? Do you want to see more beat 'em
Not
ups?
really, no. See, that's the thing. You definitely don't see good ones all that much.
yeah. So I don't know. It came to my head, and I was just curious what everyone thought about
Well,
it.
I think the one positive we have to take away from the whole dying genres topic is that I don't think a genre can ever truly die, because I think there's always going
Because
to
it
be
always lives
developers.
on in your heart.
Also, yes, that's the sentimental answer, but the more realistic answer is I think that developers will always go back and look at things and they're like, what hasn't been made in a while and what we wanted. Like, that's why do you think Mega Man came about? It's so bizarre and yet it fits so perfectly, and there are people out there that want to make those games, that want to play those games that tribute older styles or genres or whatever, what have you. So I don't think you'll ever see a genre just completely go extinct.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they'll always come back.
So do you appreciate the downtime? Kinda
Yeah, sure.
Because
I mean-
I forgot how good Final Fight was. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Playing,
that's.
I was like, oh my god.
It's
this is
awesome
so much-
to you don't realize how much you miss something until you've been away from it for a
You
while.
don't know what you got until it's gone.
Exactly.
As a poet once said.
It's
Yes.
the modern. I think the modern video game industry is a lot like the music industry, and that the music industry is better and more vibrant than it ever has been. And there's a wider variety of music available to us now, whereas it used to be like fads and trends and music would come and then they would die off.
Fat Boys.
And they were, exactly like in the 80s,
They were fat.
like synth synth pop stuff was in, and then that died, that stopped, and then you got grunge in the 90s, and it was like nobody was doing synth pop anymore.
You're saying
But now,
music is better now? Have you
course.
heard Kesha?
Of course.
I'm saying that's one option. But now there are there are bands out there making synth pop again and making pretty much any style of music that's ever been made in the past. There are bands now making that that music, and there's places where you can find
Right.
that sort of thing going on. And it's the same way in the video game industry. Now, if you want to play 2D side-scrolling platformers, there are people making those.
Yeah.
And if you want to play the latest, most sophisticated first-person shooters, you can find those too.
That's a very smart way to put it. And that's why he's Daemon Hatfield.
But do you think the proliferation of like of the internet is kind of responsible for both the music industry and I guess
Sure.
things like PSN or whatever? For instance, like Final Fight was on the Genesis was a retail game.
Yeah.
And obviously now it's only a $10 game. So do you think that do you think that they could or Castle Crashers is another good example you guys brought up of another beat 'em up that's a downloadable game. Do you think that there is ever going to be room for a beat 'em up that would be retail? And in the same, in other words, would there be a new wave band today that would be on like Interscope and sell 1 million copies, or you're only going to find that online and buy that for $5?
I don't know. That could happen because I guess that's a difference between music and video games. If they marketed that somehow.
Right.
Anyway, I don't really see a beat 'em up being a full retail game these days.
I don't think it's wise from a marketing standpoint, but I could totally envision like a beat 'em up game where the production values are just off the charts, and it's like this super in-depth, like complex thing that's awesome. And I could see it happening, but I don't know if it would be likely.
Maybe
If
they
you had
call
like
it the
32
bouncer.
people in a beat 'em up fighter at once.
Yeah. 32 players.
I'm the only person on the planet that liked the bouncer.
Man, I was
The bouncer was cool.
No, it sucked. It was so depressing. Oh man, it was like the first major release after the launch of the PS2. Got it torn up and put
Summoner.
in. Like, what the hell is this? Summoner. Get out of here with that garbage.
Yeah, I think I played NHL 2001 or whatever for like 6 months before I found a game that I really liked on PS2.
Well, what was the Square Enix fighting game? Was like Guys?
Oh,
Or
Ergies,
guys,
yeah.
that was a PS1 game.
Yeah.
Oh, that was PS1.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought that was.
Oh wait,
No, it was.
no,
It was
yeah,
PS1,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. You could play as Sephiroth and Cloud.
Yeah. Came after Bushido Blade though. That game was better.
We talked
Much-
about
much-
Oh, dude, you're wrong. We talked
I-
about Bushido Blade on GameScoop last week. Anthony Gallegos is also a fan. That is a game I wish they would bring back.
For sure.
Just
A fighting game about defense.
Yeah, that was the thing. Is
A
that
fighting
like all
game
of
with one-hit kills.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
saying.
appreciate.
I was like, this is
awesome.
too much. This is too
Matches
much.
lasted like 10 or 15
Yeah,
seconds.
it was
It's
too-
phenomenal.
No, see if you're good at defense, matches could last
Well, I'm saying,
forever.
when you first start playing that game, you
For
die
sure.
immediately.
That game's really
All right, time to play.
Yes, what? It's awesome. It's so good.
Now a much better Square Enix fighting game, by the way. Dissidia, Final Fantasy.
We got some questions about that.
I'll plug that whenever I can.
Some readers want to know more about the Dissidias and whatnot.
We'll get to
You
it.
want to know
Okay.
more about it.
I'm teasing.
Some Dissidias.
I'm just telling you, it's been out for a while now, and they can read your review. And, like,
Well, they always got questions.
okay.
Games. What are games like those? Hey, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Colin, have we satiated your need here? What else you want to know here? Why do they die? I think it's just how it goes.
I
think people
advocate the
get
death
tired.
of all genres.
You want a genreless industry.
Yeah, in so much as that a genre becomes not. I don't want platformers to always die, but I like that they are uncommon now. So that like when we get a cave story, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that Mega Man 10 comes out. It's cool. I don't want 500 first-person shooters. this
Exactly.
year.
Are you
you're
burned
gonna
out in
get
the first-person shooters? now?
Well, yeah, I was burned out in first-person shooters
Long
a while
time ago,
ago.
right?
That's why I just don't play games anymore. Because they're all first-person shooters.
It's true.
You still play your fighting games?
Yeah, but I play the ones that are like 10 years old.
Sure.
Nah,
Are you
Super
gonna
Street
play?
Fighter
You
is.
gonna play Super Street Fighter 4?
Yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah.
In so much as there are people around to play, I can't just sit there and play it by myself.
I see.
Could face the computer on the maximum difficulty level.
Not fun.
Yeah, so
they-
I want to face you on the maximum difficulty level.
Me as in like I'm operating at maximum difficulty
Yes.
level? Okay, gotcha. That would take some practice.
I want to get you there.
Okay. Why can't we play Blaze Blue?
Because that game is nonsense.
It's not nonsense.
We've
You
covered
saw
this already.
You saw one character the first time you ever played, and you're like, I don't understand. You're like the old man of IGN. This is weird. I don't understand all this loud music, colorful characters.
That game is undeniably nonsense.
No, it has consistent rules, just like any other fighting game. And yeah, I know, you are all about consistency.
I am, for
Yeah.
sure.
Blaze Blue is a dead genre. That's what I was saying.
You take that back.
But yeah, I had nowhere I wanted to go with it. I was just kind of came to my mind. I just thought it would make for an interesting discussion.
Well,
Do you want these genres to come back? Do you want more adventure games?
You want text adventure games?
Yeah, I'd love a good text adventure game like Police Quest.
Those weren't text adventures.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like just text, like
Yeah, like-
Zorg or whatever?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't want to play Zorg. I
People,
tried.
to illustrate my point, people do make new text adventures.
Really?
You can find new text
Oh my
adventures
God.
online.
I played Zorg not too long ago on a browser or whatever, and I had to use a FAQ to even get through it.
Oh,
And even then, I couldn't follow it. I was like, what the hell is going on in
That's
this
so
game?
different. Did you ever play the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy text adventure?
No,
It's
no.
so hard. It's so hard to get out of the first room of the game
Yeah, I can only
without
imagine.
getting hit in the head with a brick.
I can only imagine.
Anyone who's tried playing it knows what I mean.
But yeah, there's no genres. I mean, I kind of agree with what Mark Ryan's saying. Is that Mega Man 10 was cool because it's a novelty. It's like an 8-bit side scroller, and an action game. That's cool. I just wish we weren't so inundated with first-person shooters. When you really think about it, like it's really an uninspired genre. There are fun games in it, but it is like super uninspired. You know, like how many of these games do we have to play? That's in the, that are in the same vein as Wolfenstein or Doom. You know.
Yeah. Why do all first-person shooters have a pistol, a shotgun, and a machine gun that all operate the exact same? It pisses me off.
That's how guns work. You pull the trigger.
Come on, they don't all have to be the frickin' same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And games. I'm sorry.
well, you consider yourself a man of the people, Colin?
Yeah,
Because first-person shooters are what the people want.
that's true, and they buy them. You're absolutely right.
That's why they make so many.
Yeah, of course. But I don't know. When you pick up a game like any shooter or whatever, what I find, what makes me think that they are so uninspired is the fact that they actually all use like the same control schemes, and like you can basically like go through a lot of different games and like kind of feel it or whatever. You can map them the same way at the very least and stuff. It's just to me, and I'm not a hater of first-person shooters. I like a lot of first-person shooters and they're fun, but I want to see something else. I'm not entirely sure what it is that I want to see. It's not like in a third-person shooter.
What separates Killzone 2 from the pack? What makes that one a standout first-person shooter to you?
I think Resistance and Killzone to me.
No, we're
both
not talking Resistance because
Well,
that would be lunacy to say Resistance 2.
Thank you.
Stands out from the pack.
what I was going to say was what draws me to both those games, Killzone included, is actually the story.
Yeah.
I think that the games have cool ambience, like that they're coherent, which I think a lot of first-person shooters are, and I think like as fun as Modern Warfare 2 was at times, that story like sucked. Yeah, and
Wasn't the best.
and it was contrived, and like I think that everyone makes fun of me for liking Resistance or whatever, but I think the story in Resistance is awesome, and I hope that they.
I've always
Dude,
liked
it
the
is
idea.
It's such
I've
a
always
good
liked the
idea.
idea of the story,
It's
but
alternate
it never
history.
comes
I
together.
thought we weren't talking about Resistance.
Colin always brings it up.
Well,
He gets my blood pumping. I gotta start talking.
I don't know. I like stories that like really like that the story in that game is super complicated and like I think that I think that it goes well together. It like rewrites like what happened in the past and and gives you like another coherent history of what might have happened in the early 20th century had things gone a different direction, which is cool.
Colin's wrong though. The reason that Killzone's different is that the characters have it's like almost intentionally clunky. Like the character, your player has like a weight to him.
Yeah.
That you don't have in other first-person shooters. Like all first-person shooters,
You glide
typically
around.
have.
You glide around. It feels like you're on ice.
Exactly. It feels like you're just controlling a camera. I
Yeah.
think the Killzone games actually do a good job of making you feel like you're controlling a person. I think that sets it apart somewhat.
Sadly, you're only 4 feet tall. But you
Exactly.
exactly. Everybody you walk up to, you're at their belt buckle. Like, what the hell is going on?
That was when Mark Ryan showed me that, because I had never realized that it basically ruined the game for me. Like
Yeah.
it's so fun.
it's fine.
It's so
Just don't
funny.
walk up near people.
It's
Don't
hilarious.
walk up near people while you play this first person.
It is pretty funny.
Damon, you like the first person shooter. You love them. You can't get enough. You buy them all the time.
That's not true.
Sorry, you a man of the people?
No, I'm
What's
not.
it? No.
The people make Britney Spears best-selling artist. No, I'm not a man of the people.
True enough.
Damon
think-
is an elitist, but that's not a bad word.
I totally agree with you.
Here's my thing. Do you think most people listening to this show right now are men or women of the people?
Oh yeah.
You think so?
Well,
I find it
They
hard
are
to
the
believe.
people.
They are.
No, I think the kids who are listening to I think the people are my friend who only buys Modern Warfare, who only has a 360 to play Modern Warfare. I think those are why those games sell.
Oh, okay,
It's
I
because
see what
there's
you're
that there's
Okay,
that
I
the
guess I can make that distinction, yeah.
casual group of gamers or whatever, only are into that. Whereas
Like-
I think if you're hardcore enough to listen to a PlayStation podcast where all we do is talk about Infamous and Final Fantasy every week, I think you're pretty much on tap as you're like you look
Yeah,
outside of the
all right.
box.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay, so listeners, write in beyond@ign.com. Let us know if you are men or women of the people.
Are you people?
Are you a sheep or
Or
you
the
a
shepherd?
man or a woman? Yeah.
And hit us back too with the genres you might want to see make a comeback, like things that you maybe haven't been playing too much of that you.
I'd love to see more. I love the 8-bit stuff.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that that's making a comeback, kind of.
Mega Man 11 is going to be released, I think. I think
think
that.
so?
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
wondering. There just didn't seem to be as much excitement about 10
No,
as there
that-
was about 9.
there wasn't. But what I noticed was, just a little ancillary things I kind of noticed were that a lot of my friends on PlayStation have been playing the game, and which you don't really see like really the same kind of games being played or whatever, Final Fantasy and a little bit of White Knight Chronicles. Sorry, Ryan.
Ugh.
And then what I noticed when I bought Final Fantasy VII this weekend was that Mega Man 10 is still like the second or third best-selling game on PSN right now. So hopefully it's doing well, and that they release a game. I know that a lot of fans want to see a Mega Man X game. I wouldn't be opposed to that either, 16-bit game. But I agree. I think a lot of throwbacks would be really cool.
I loved the original Mega Man X.
Yeah, me too.
Like, that game was awesome.
The first 3 on Super Nintendo were great.
Yeah, super cool.
I say we pioneer new genres.
New genres?
Yes.
Like what?
Please.
Like what?
I don't know.
It's difficult to
I'm
do.
not a designer.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. But I don't know, can I mention the Wii in this podcast?
Yeah.
All right, so the Wii controller.
No, I'm cutting your audio.
The Wii controller reminded me a lot of like the DS. When the DS first came out, I thought it was a stupid idea.
Yeah.
But then some people came out with some really cool games that you wouldn't have seen otherwise, like Meteos or Elite Beat Agents and went on.
Trauma Center.
Yeah, Trauma Center. Stuff like that is like I thought was really cool, really made that new control scheme worthwhile. And I was hoping that, the same thing would happen with the Wii and maybe even, PlayStation Motion and stuff like that. And maybe it will, but it hasn't yet. I would like to see that more than I would like to see throwbacks.
Okay.
Right on.
You want to see the future.
I want to see more games with the innovation of Meteos.
Right now, there's a game in development at PlayStation where you roll a woman down a hill on a chair, and you have to get dodge and get under stuff. It might redefine.
Is this a PlayStation Move game?
Chair rolling. Yeah.
Yeah, Sam was talking about
There's
this.
some mild sarcasm going on here, right?
No, I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't know if it's a new genre, but yeah, that's the sarcasm. This is a real game. Yeah. The name escapes me. Anybody?
I don't remember.
Slider. That's right. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Sliders.
Damon, big fan of the sliders here.
Yeah.
All right. I think we beat this topic of the week to death.
Yeah.
No, we haven't. It's
Ran
a fun
into the
topic.
ground.
It was a good topic.
I tried.
No,
I
I
It will be
think
missed.
it was another good conversation.
Farewell topic.
Let's check in with the readers. Reader mail. Mail call.
Malcolm!
Man, something's
I'm
wrong.
not
What's
supposed to
going
You
on?
scream.
said you weren't gonna scream.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We don't scream
I just
anymore.
got. Really?
No.
I'm not even allowed
No.
to shout emphatically about it?
No, gosh. It's okay. You're fine to do it. I'm not saying you're not doing it.
All right.
I'm saying we've had some weird
There's no-
transitions
there's
in this podcast.
No obligation.
Weird transitions
Yeah.
in this podcast.
yeah.
What's up with that, Colin?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I feel like the content we're giving is fine.
Yeah.
Usually we have
It's
a better
fine.
transition.
Yeah, we're not
It's
flowing
fine.
quite as well today. Maybe we're a little tired.
Am I throwing it off?
No,
No, not at all,
No,
dude.
it's probably Damon.
It's me.
We can't perform under his
I
watchful eye.
think that the only weird transition is when you're saying, I think there's some weird transitions here. I think we were fine.
Touche.
It's like we were contemplative. We all like sat back and were reflective a few times, and there was maybe 1 or 2 seconds of silence.
shared
but I
some
think
laughs.
Yeah, I think that's totally
Some really
fine.
good times on this podcast.
If
You want
anything,
to just close it here?
All right,
so
let's get,
I think we're fine, Greg.
All right.
I think you're worrying
be
too
all right.
much.
I just want to make sure.
I'm supposed to be the worrier here.
Are you?
Yes.
Is that your role?
Re-
I know you're
really?
always concerned about things.
Yeah.
Damon, I'll kick the first question to you.
Oh, no.
This comes from Cool Beans McGee.
Oh well, he got off on the wrong foot with me. I really don't like that phrase, "cool beans."
Really?
Yeah, no, that's
Oh,
that's like
no.
a pet peeve.
That's
cool
one of
beans,
your pet
Cool
peeves?
beans.
Oh no, I can't
Where does
use
it
it
come
with you
from?
anymore.
I don't know. That came from hell.
what is the
Sorry.
etymology of cool beans?
Well,
Anyway.
you usually get hot beans.
Hold on,
Uh,
I say cool beans all the time.
I've never noticed you saying.
Well, I say it online
Okay.
a lot, so
You'll
I'll just be
notice getting
careful.
Well, never
punched in the
I am
face if
Damon.
it happens.
just like rock on, cool beans. No.
Well, let's call him CB McGee then.
Okay.
CB McGee says, I know 3D Dot Game Heroes is a Zelda clone, but I've never played any Zelda game. So my question is, does it have a story? I love the art style, but I'm not sure I can just run around without some kind of narrative to propel me.
There's a very thin narrative, as much as
Zelda? Just like Zelda?
You're an adventure. You're a hero. You're gonna save the land from a dark evil.
Yeah.
That's basically all. That's
Monsters
happening.
there. Yeah, I think.
You don't. That's not the type of game that you play for the story.
Correct, yeah.
Agreed.
It is a very cool game, though.
There's some good text in there. I like
Yeah,
whenever
it's
I go
funny.
whenever I go back to talk to the king, he's funny.
Yeah,
I like him a
it's-
lot.
yeah,
I like
lots
this
of
game a
humor
lot.
in it.
I'm a big fan of it.
We're big fans of the game, but it's not the type of game you play for its story.
Depending on when you listen to this podcast, I would say look for the exclusive review on IGN.com from Sam Claiborne.
Yeah, Sam Claiborne.
You can look for it tomorrow.
Sammy Clay.
Friday, it's going up.
Right
It'll
on.
be big.
So that game. So I have a similar question to. So I mean, I don't play the Zelda games for the story, but the character you're playing as Link, who honestly really is not that interesting character, but he's likable and like I find an attachment to him. Do you find like that same attachment to this sort of?
No,
Not at all.
Also, part of the deal with 3D Dot Game Heroes is you can be a new character each time you start the game. You pick a new model.
You can
basically.
create your own models too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can just sub in every time, which
I
then
don't know if I
totally
want that.
tears away. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's kind of a cool feature. Every time I play it, I'm like, oh, now I'm a dragon. Now
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Santa Claus. Now I'm Elvis.
It's one of those things where when I started off with a goofy guy, and then I tried to create one, and I couldn't. And that now, just to be concise, I'm being the same guy, because I started as a skeleton, and then I walked into a room to fight skeletons, and I couldn't tell who I was anymore. I was like, all these skeletons, I don't know who I am.
I thought you were gonna say you ran into like a moral dilemma. I was a skeleton. I was fighting skeletons.
I'm one of you. Oh my god. Hey, Darren Fizzle writes in and says, Beyond. When you're on your gaming deathbed, when you're on your deathbed, getting ready to take your last breath, will you regret your life of gaming? Would you be like, why the hell did I spend those few hours getting that Hannah Montana platinum? Personally, I struggle with this sometimes because I feel I am getting a unique experience that may not be traveling the world, or something unique nonetheless.
I've thought about that. That's really funny.
Yeah, well, of course, we did that Trophy Horror War.
Yeah, that was a waste of my time.
Nights you were wasting, and I was so I was grumpy all the time because I wasn't making the
You're
progress.
just playing bad games.
No, it wasn't that. It was that I wasn't making the progress I wanted to be.
Oh, okay.
Like something would happen at work, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't get in here, and then I wouldn't platinum this, and Where the Wild Things was always sitting there.
Dude, when I played Leisure Suit Larry, that 4 days I played Leisure Suit
That
Larry,
broke
I
you?
was like, I seriously had to like scream in the pillows and stuff like that because I was like, because I was getting like halfway through the game, like I got
3 in the morning, Colin on his
Cheryl had to like leave the apartment to like go do things because I was getting so pissed, like punching things and stuff like that. The worst game ever.
That's awesome.
I didn't know they made one for PS3.
Oh,
It's
so
a
bad,
box
too.
office, but dude, it might be the worst, like really one of the worst games I've ever played.
Wow.
So yeah, I would love that time back, but I do have that platinum, which probably 2 people have. So
Yeah. Mark Ryan, how many hours have you put into Street Fighter overall?
Street Fighter overall, I have no idea.
Okay.
I did
The whole
A
franchise?
lot.
So
you
when I-
play these games a lot.
So when I reviewed Marvel vs. Capcom 2 last year, I like sort of calculated a rough estimate of how many hours I thought that I had played specifically that game, and I came up with about 3,000 hours. Then the way I came to that calculation was like when I first got the game, the on Dreamcast, it came with a clock that counted your hours, and I maxed it out at 99 hours and 99 seconds the first month I had the game, and I played it with that intensity for about 3 years.
Wow.
Has anyone else noticed that Mark Ryan's voice kind of sounds like Casey Kasem?
yeah, all right, a little bit.
Want me to introduce the top 40?
Yeah.
Do you regret it? Do you regret those hours?
No, so here's what I would say to that guy is that there are definitely a lot of things that you can do in life other than play video games. And some of those things maybe people would think are better. Some of those things are definitely a bigger waste of time. Here's what I say. If you're going to do something and do a lot of time, do it right.
Yeah.
Find the best things that you can do playing games. So, whether it's going out to tournaments and making yourself a part of the community or becoming a writer and finding something that's you're passionate about. I say do it right. Find something you're passionate about. Do something with it.
I'm getting super inspired right now.
I'm gonna do it.
Just run out of the room. I'm gonna do it, guys.
If you're one of those guys that just goes home and plays World of Warcraft for 3 years of your life and doesn't leave, that sucks. Don't do that.
No, but it doesn't come down to your personal enjoyment.
Yeah,
Like,
what if their goal
That's true,
is to
yeah.
be the
I
best?
love getting trophies, so I do not regret Hannah Montana 1 second. But when I'm on a Saturday and I got to go get a haircut, I hate that time. I'm wasting time. I should be doing something I want to do. You know what I mean? And the same for like taking hikes.
Taking hikes?
Yeah,
You don't like taking
some
hikes?
BS nature thing you gotta go do. Screw this.
Yeah.
You're gonna sit on the couch. Where's Portillo?
You're gonna appreciate hikes one day.
No way. Never will happen.
I do like my outdoor time.
Oh yeah. Hikes are
Once a
great.
week.
Your asthma, your little puffs there. All right, Colin.
Yo.
Astoriations 360 has one for you.
Okay.
Beyond.
Beyond.
Okay, so I'm trying to decide between Fallout 3 Normal and Fallout 3 Game of the Year. The reason I ask is because Fallout 3 is $19.99. Fallout 3 Game of the Year used is $49.99. I am wondering, is the DLC worth the difference?
Well, how much does it cost to download the DLC if you bought the $20 game?
I don't remember. Each pack was $10, I
I think they were, right? Yeah, 'cause
They're
I
all the
bought
same
them.
price?
Yeah, all 5 of them are the same.
But not all of them are
I
like
would-
must plays.
No. All right. So here's the thing. No one in the universe has spent more time playing Fallout 3 than me. So let me tell you that.
Do you regret
Riley.
that time?
Huh?
Do you regret that time?
Yes, absolutely. It's tough. You want Broken Steel for the level cap, because you're going to hit the level cap of 20 like halfway through the game. You're not going to feel like you're doing anything. And you're going to want to play Point Lookout because that was really awesome. That was like it's a whole new map, and it's like really, really rad. You go to Maryland and stuff, and you're fighting like a bunch of hillbillies and hicks and stuff like that. It's really funny. But some of them, and the pit's cool, I guess. I mean, it really depends on like what. If you really like Fallout, then I suggest you get them. I think the best thing to do is to spend the $20, get the regular Fallout game, see how you like it, you know. And then if you like the DLC, then you spend the necessary money or whatever. Definitely get Broken Steel to raise the cap, and then kind of explore from there. And and also Broken Steel extends the game past the ending. But I think like Mothership Zeta is a waste. Operation Anchorage is a waste. I wouldn't play those personally.
I like Anchorage.
Are there bug fixes though that went along with the Game of the Year edition? I thought I remember. Oh well.
It's a pretty buggy game. Yeah. We should also point out you should never pay $50 for a used game.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's ridiculous.
How much was the game new? Do you know?
Well, $60.
It was $60
when it first came out. Yeah.
$60. Oh, they didn't charge more because it was like all this stuff.
Just buy the new game.
Yeah. In that case, just buy the game new. Yeah, so I would say maybe just get the original one. Immediately download Broken Steel so that you have the extended thing in the 30 level cap and see how you feel about it. $30, not bad.
All right. He follows up too. Colin once said he would not play a game without trophies. Hold on to your heart. What if Infamous 2 didn't have trophies? Would you still play Colin?
Yeah, that's true. But see, these are the things that we know Sony forces everyone to use trophies now, so we'll never find ourselves in such a conundrum.
I know. Thank God.
What game doesn't have
Infamous
trophies?
2.
Oh, Infamous 2.
Yeah.
And like I said, I am playing Final Fantasy VII. I'm going to probably sink 100 hours or so into that game. No trophies, unfortunately. I'm still going to do it. So I'm trying to be a little bit better about that. But speaking of waste of time, it's a waste of time to not earn trophies.
Agreed. Ryan.
Yes.
We got someone here to defend you.
Okay.
His name is Mohammed Mamasa.
I'm sure that's the way to say it.
I'm sure. For the past few shows, the Beyond team and loyal readers have attempted to force Ryan into playing Infamous again. Leave the guy alone. He already tried the game and didn't like it. I know the feeling. I didn't enjoy playing Final Fantasy VII. But I have a challenge for Mr. Colin Moriarty, who in episode 131, I believe, said he only plays trophy-enabled games. I challenge Colin Moriarty to play Valkyria Chronicles and give us his thoughts on the game.
I'd love to. I mean, I'm waiting for trophies, though. I mean,
You're not gonna get those, dude. Those will not happen.
Would you like
they
me to
will
add
not
them for
patch
you?
them.
I'll add them for you.
Yeah. It's just so weird that they're not going to they won't patch that game.
They would not.
Same thing with Metal Gear. Where the
It's not.
freaking trophies?
It's too
maybe
late.
a subsistence.
They wouldn't make any more money out of it. It's a waste of
If they
their time.
repackage
Is
it,
it too
though-
late, though? I mean, well, I guess it is now, but I mean, Uncharted, the first one got trophies. That game's older than Metal Gear. You
I
know?
thought Metal Gear did get trophies.
No, it never
No.
did.
No, there was a lot of talk. Konami
they
teased
teased
it.
it all the time. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's insane. So,
Was
yeah,
it like
I'd like to play
a
Valkyria
day's worth of
Chronicles.
work?
I might take him up on that offer.
Yeah. Ooh, shalom. A Silent Noise asks, have trophies/achievements destroyed your love of handheld gaming / the PSP? I got my PSP at launch, played it daily for years, then when trophies came out, I kind of stopped. Damon,
Nope. Oh.
you are not into trophies or achievements really at all.
No, I like achievements a lot.
But you don't seek them out.
No,
You're not like us, me and Colin, who look at the list and try to make a plan for how we're going to go
no.
get stuff.
But I find it very satisfying when I go blink.
Yeah,
achievement
yeah,
unlocked.
yeah.
That's great. But I don't. Yeah, my gamer score isn't that high. It's like 15,000 something.
So do you miss those when you play handheld games?
No. When I'm
Yeah.
not playing the 360, I don't miss them. Basically.
Okay. Colin?
Do you just look at me and say Colin?
Yes.
You don't even care, do you?
No,
You're not even gonna say
I want to see
sorry.
who's going to answer.
He would have
It's like when I
accepted
tried to
Kevin
order
Butler.
miso soup.
Miso soup. I still played Dissidia every night before going to bed, and that doesn't have trophies.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually do not care about trophies or achievements. I find a slight ting of satisfaction when I'm like, there's an achievement
You did,
or
though,
there's a
at
trophy.
one time you did.
Yes.
And
when
for
I
Mirror's
first
Edge,
started,
right? Mirror's Edge is what ruined
when
it
I
for you?
first started, well, Mirror's Edge ruined that particular trophy hunt, and maybe that started to emanate out. Yeah, I think so. Emanate or eradicate.
I wish they were there, but I don't find it to be a giant deal. I think maybe I'd play my PSP games more thoroughly if they had trophies that tied into my trophy score.
It's amazing how freeing it is to not care about things
That
that
sounds
don't
like
matter.
a life I don't want to live.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy that. Whatever.
You and me both.
I quite
Alright.
enjoy that handheld games don't have trophies or achievements.
Really?
In fact, I hate trophies.
Do you hate
Yeah,
achievements
well,
too?
See, achievements I don't mind as much. And then here's the reason why. You can turn off the notification. I can't turn off my freaking trophy notifications on PS3.
I hear you.
How annoying is that?
Because they want to make you feel good.
I don't want them. I
You
don't want to feel good.
You don't want to feel good.
I want to feel miserable.
I'm so angry.
You've known me for a long time, Colin.
If
You
they
know I don't want to be happy.
Yeah,
if
that's true.
they put out a handheld with like built-in community features like Xbox Live has, then I would want to start. Because the only reason it matters is that you can like look at other people's score and
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of share those experiences together. That's the only reason why I enjoy earning achievements.
So if they tied the PSN into the PSP and had trophies there, would you care more about trophies, you think?
Except that nobody plays PSP, so no, that's not enough. I'm just saying that's
Okay,
why.
you're not doing it in a jerk sense.
And also trophies don't make any sense to me.
Okay.
See, I think trophies make more sense than achievements. But
Well, yeah,
this-
we've had
I
these
know.
arguments.
Yeah, we've had this
these
argument.
and
Yeah,
articles.
they bog.
I think it just depends on where you started. That's how you feel.
yeah.
Hi,
Hey,
it is Dante, and I would love it if each of you answered this question. What is your favorite Easter eggs or just awesome things in any video game you have played?
it's tough.
It's a good one.
Metal
That is
Gear
good.
has all the best Easter eggs.
Metal Gear has some.
Yeah,
awesome
that's
ones,
true. I guess Psycho Mantis, the memory card Easter egg is
Memory
probably
cards,
the best.
Vibrating
greatest.
controller.
Yeah, I love the memory card Easter egg because when he was like, "You like Azor Dreams," like we were talking about, I'm like, "What? How do you know that?" I didn't even.
Yeah.
Damon, what do you got?
I don't know. Think about
On the spot. I know it's a
Yeah,
tough
no.
one. I always enjoyed in the Metal Gears opening up the lockers and there'd be a nudie poster in there or something.
Yeah.
Like stuff you nix back. The ghosts. You take photos of ghosts. I went after all the dog tags and had all those.
That was tough.
Yeah,
I
that was
couldn't do
real
it.
bad. That was the thing too. That's how I used to play games.
Yeah.
There was no trophies attached to that, and I played every difficulty in Metal Gear 2, got all the dog tags, did everything.
It's a sign of a good game, a really
Yeah.
good game.
Yeah, yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 2 is the best game in the series.
Really?
Not that I
Yes.
I've only played an hour of 3, and I was like, I can't play this.
This is probably the only time there will be a podcast with two people that agree that Metal Gear Solid 2 is the best.
I love Metal Gear Solid 2 for the gameplay, but I mean the story was just garbage, and it got all out of control. And that's
Gameplay is all that matters.
That's where it went all wacky. And that drove me
You
nutty.
think the story was garbage in Metal Gear Solid 2?
I think that's where that's where all the problems are. Metal Gear Solid 1 you had problems with?
It's been so long since I've played it. But
Exactly.
I think
all-
one
all
was
the
the
games
most
are ridiculous.
reasonable of all of them.
Exactly.
Well, okay.
That's the thing. Is 1 is reasonable, right? 2 got all stupid bat crap insane, as Dame likes to say. So then they go, well, now we'll do 3, so we don't have to deal with any of the threads we just started. And then they went back to 4 to try to tie everything up, and God only knows what'll happen with
That was
Peace
a
Walker.
disaster.
I hope in Peace Walker, Fat Man's in it. The best of all
Is he
villains.
young? Is he just? He's a young fat
Yeah,
man.
young fat
young
guy.
fat boy.
Skates.
Yeah,
Skinny man?
He
Guy
was
on
he
rollerblades.
was such an awesome character. I hope
Setting up.
Ah,
He was terrible.
really?
He was a terrible.
He was all-
character.
He
love
was
that guy.
funny.
Yeah.
He was like not.
I liked him. He was like an explosives expert since he was a little kid, and like you kind of picture him tinkering around with like.
I don't
one of
know.
those
It's just, I liked Fortune. She was
No,
good
she
looking.
sucked too.
She was good looking, man.
Yeah, see,
Had
the
that
Metal Gear
nice-
2.
that great
it was
dark
fun to
skin
play.
with the
Had a great
blonde
time playing
hair.
it, obviously, but yeah, I just
Yeah.
none of the characters.
things. Onward.
Dave, did you come up with anything?
Nope.
All right, good. Okay. This is Jamie Browder. Hey guys, Beyond. I have a
Yeah.
question.
Beyond.
With the success of Uncharted and Infamous, what are the chances that Sucker Punch and Naughty Dog will go back to make a new Sly Cooper game or Jack and Daxter game for the PS3?
It's a good question.
Is it? I'm so sick of this question. I'm so sick of people. Let it go. Let him move on.
You
Let
really
him-
think
let
they're
him
gonna?
try.
You really think you're not gonna see another Sly Cooper?
No, I'm very sad that I totally will see a Sly Cooper instead of Infamous PSP or Infamous 4 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'll. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see. What I'm saying is, I don't want to see them get distracted. I want to see the Infamous franchise through. I don't want to see another Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper had his run. He's dead.
See, I've never played a Sly Cooper game.
Well, that's your own fault. You had a PS2. You still have a PS2.
Yeah.
Get off your couch.
I don't think these things are gonna stop you from seeing. I mean, Infamous 2 is clearly what they're working on right now.
They better be.
You know, so
It better be.
So that's it. Do you want to see him? Anybody? What's the?
I don't. I
I don't
definitely don't
necessarily
need. I
want to.
definitely don't need another Jack and Daxter.
That
I never
series
cared
is
about
played
that
out.
series.
That's done.
Yeah.
We're done.
yeah, I never even played one of those games.
I think it's pretty interesting that Sony, like, it's sort of a history of this now, where they're not directly responsible for these franchises, but they're funding these franchises that exist on one generation of consoles and then just abandoned, like Crash Bandicoot, just gone.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed Crash
I think it would be
Bandicoot
cool
too.
to see another like
I
randomly
hated
they're like announcing
always-
Crash Bandicoot. game.
Always hated
No, we
those
don't need
games.
it.
But it's the same thing with Jack and Daxter. It's like, here's Jack and Daxter. No, it's gone.
He made it.
Sly Cooper.
He had a
It's gone.
PSP there. They had a PSP outing.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I'd like to see dude in Crash Bandicoot suit back in commercials.
Yes,
That guy
would be
was
good.
awesome.
Those
Yeah.
commercials were great.
Those are funny. Yeah.
Like and have him in with Kevin Butler or whatever. It'd be so funny.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing you see with Insomniac that I think Ratchet and Clank is a bit played out now. And it is Crack in Time, awesome game. But I mean, it had no hype coming out because everybody's like, oh, it's more Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I
And
agree
it came
with that.
out and it came
Yeah,
and went.
they could retire that.
I feel really lucky that I really didn't play any Ratchet games before the PS3 ones, and so then they were totally new, and I was this is the greatest game ever.
You got to play up your arsenal.
Yeah, but I just love. I think now that I've played the future games, there's really no point for me to go back.
Yeah,
You
you
see-
should go play
you
up
see
You
your
gotta
arsenal.
go back.
We gabba go ba.
Oh, jeez. All right. Hey, Ryan.
Yes, hello,
James
sir.
is about to put you to task.
All right, I'm ready.
I've noticed something of an inconsistency in Ryan Clements.
Oh, I know this question.
He hates God of War 3 because of a lackluster story, but he loves Bayonetta. How does this make sense? Bayonetta has a completely cliche and ridiculous story developed in a crappy low-production film reel. Clements claims to think the combat can make up for the story in Bayonetta, but he won't give the same chance to God of War 3. Come on!
So there's a lot of things that are wrong with what he just said.
Okay.
The first thing is that I've never claimed that Bayonetta's combat suddenly heals everything. I recognize that the developers of Bayonetta did not have as much money as the God of War developers, and that's why they fell back on those film strip cutscenes. But they still have some fantastic cutscenes and CG work in that game. They just didn't have the same budget. So I mean, that was fine for me. I didn't mind. I understand that they were working. I mean, the God of War developers can basically do whatever they want, apparently, and they have enough money for it, and not all studios have that same luxury. Mm-hmm. So, as for the Bayonetta story, I think it is infinitely more interesting than the God of War story because Bayonetta's character is intrinsically interesting to me. I thought that she was fun. She's crazy. It's off the wall. The God of War series, those stories are two very different things. So.
You still backing Bayonetta for Game of the Year?
No, not Game of the Year, but I think it's way better than God of War 3 by a long shot. Bayonetta tried so many different things. Bayonetta tried so many different things and made the action genre. It just tried cool stuff. God of War 3 is the same stuff that has been done in 2 games before, and I just have no interest in it. Kratos is a terrible character.
Agreed.
There's the combat is. I mean, I'm sure the combat might be kind of cool, might be fun for if you just want to get into some quick button mashing. But all I know is that everybody, both my roommates that have played through the entire God of War series, both of them after playing 3 now hate retroactively the entire series because it just ruined it for them. Both Mike and Gadge, they're not happy with that game.
Damon?
Yeah,
God of War?
I can second. Playing God of War 3, I was really impressed by the scope and the scale of it. But yeah, once you start playing, you're just like, wow, I've done this a million times before.
See, similar to your Ratchet & Clank thing, I never beat the God of War.
And by the way, that's not to say Bayonetta takes a lot for good reason from the Devil May Cry series. It's not. So I'm not saying that it was entirely new and it was some sort of genre-breaking idea. It was very, it was formulaic, that you still were kind of moving from room to room, but they injected so much personality and so many surprises that I think that made up for that formula. So
interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
I prefer Devil May Cry 2 to God of War, but I have not played Bayonetta.
Wait, Devil May Cry 2, or you mean Devil May Cry as well?
3.
Okay.
Correct, as well. Specifically 3.
3 was awesome.
I prefer Animusha to Devil May Cry.
Oh my god.
That was an interesting one.
This is why I don't sit next to Colin anymore.
He's just there to frustrate
I don't
you.
want to hear him say things like this. Resistance 2 is the best first-person shooter of all time. This is why I sit
isn't it?
No.
No, it's not.
I haven't even played it, and I can tell you it's not.
Christian writes in and says, last week your conversation about product tie-ins and Peace Walker raised an interesting point. With cases like this where in-game advertising is so apparent, shouldn't the revenue generated from the selling of advertising space be passed on to the consumer? Would you guys mind paying less for a game if you had to watch advertisements every hour?
No, that's a great idea. I mean, it's not a great idea, but it's an interesting idea.
Which game was he talking about?
Peace Walker in Japan, how it has the Mountain Dew, the Doritos, all that stuff.
Gotcha.
It's a good point.
So if a game costs less, but it had commercial interruptions, you wouldn't be down with that?
No, I don't want commercial interruptions because I want to. I mean, TV is such a passive thing that I think it's okay to break it up. But this is oh my god, I'm about to get this boss battle. Oh, here's a commercial for Enzyte.
It doesn't have to happen that way. I mean, maybe after the boss fight, then you have to watch the commercial before you jump into the next level. I don't know.
I mean, my thing would be I would like to see it. Here's the problem I had with the Peace Walker tie-ins is that they look so goofy and they're not timed right. The Snake's wearing a Mountain Dew shirt with the new Mountain Dew logo, even though this is in '74 and there's a new Doritos thing spinning, right? If you did tie-ins that made sense, like it was Mountain Dew from 1974, I wouldn't be so offended by it. You know what I mean?
Or he had the rations that were some branded something.
Exactly. That kind of stuff makes sense. I like the idea, like when you play a sports game, I always like the idea that you're in an arena and there's a Burger King ad up in the corner. You know what I mean? Like that makes sense because that's what it's supposed to look like. I want it to be realistic. It's just that the way the Peace Walker stuff plays out in those screenshots is not realistic.
Yeah. Right. I don't know. I think actually about the game that came to mind for some reason is the greatest game of all time, Tony Hawk Ride.
Oh gosh.
And
the greatest game of all time.
And I just remember watching whoever was playing it, Eric, I guess. on the load screens, there was like advertisements for various things or whatever, and I wouldn't mind that. Like I don't think that it should be like
During the loading
interruptions.
screen?
Yeah, like loading screens, or if you go into a menu and there's a little ad or whatever, that would be cool if it did get a kickback to the consumer or whatever.
It's never going to. I mean, the price,
Yeah, that's
the
the
budgets
thing.
do not affect the price of the game. The game's going to be $60, even if it's some small developer making Bayonetta, which didn't cost nearly as much as God of War.
That extra revenue source will not be passed along to the consumer.
It's at this point. Wouldn't it be cool, for instance, if like you had the option to turn on or off the ads, and then if you kept the ads on, maybe for 10 hours of gameplay, then you get the DLC for free or something like that. Like something cool like that would be interesting. I think
really
that'd be
That's an interesting, marketing campaign.
You should get on that.
It's like
Okay.
it's like net zero when you like
Yeah.
when you had to keep the ad bar up or whatever, the ad box, and then you got your internet for free.
Yeah, what if you got free internet just for having an ad on your? Oh my gosh, we should do this.
This is the technology. We'll change everything. Final question. It's a touching one here. It's from Sebter. Scepter.
He has a touchy name.
I know, it's a weird one. I don't like the weird names. Everybody should change their name to something simple.
Like Greg Miller.
Yep. It's his birthday.
Oh, okay.
He wants
Happy
to hear.
birthday.
He's going to tell us a story, and then he wants to hear our story. When he was 11, he asked his parents for a Nintendo 64 and Zelda: Ocarina of Time. However, my parents liked playing jokes on me, he says, so they gave me a Nintendo 64 box that was empty and told me they couldn't afford one. They had a good laugh at my expense, but it ended well when I got Zelda: Ocarina of Time and an N64. It was perhaps the best birthday of my young life. So just wondering, what are your best birthday/Christmas related gift was, and any cool stories related to it?
That does remind me of a video I saw on the internet of some kid that got his parents did the same thing with the Xbox 360 box, but there was actually no Xbox 360, and the parents just laughed at him while he cried. The worst thing on the world.
But he did get a 360 afterwards. No, I saw that video because then they said that like they had just hit it and were playing a joke on him. Like he did get a 360.
All right, well, it was still the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, it's a terrible joke.
It went on way too long.
Oh, terrible joke. I would be very upset with my parents if they were to do something like that.
I don't know. A few of them come to mind. Like I remember when I was like 7 years old or so. My brother, who was 12 years older than me, got me Ninja Gaiden 2 on NES, but he put it in like a shoebox from like the Nike outlet or whatever, and like kind of put things in it. And so I opened it, and I'm like, I opened this box, and it's like a shoebox, and I was like all disappointed. I got really upset that he's like, open the box, or whatever, and I did in Ninja Gaiden.
You're crying.
So I like
this
felt,
is the dumbest person ever.
I wasn't crying. I wasn't like spoiled brat, but I was just like kind of like. You got me shoes?
I got wise to that too. Like my parents noticed that I would start to figure out how big video game cartridges were, so they'd start putting them in with clothing. That way, I'd be excited to open clothing because I did not want clothing.
Right on.
Yeah, I hated that.
I want clothing so bad now. It's like my favorite gift.
Yeah, me too.
My most recent birthday was one of my favorites in recent memory. You guys remember that? Our friends from the other department decorated my desk, and we went out for lunch, and it was all fun. It was good times. That was a good birthday.
Did you get any video games?
I don't think so. I didn't get any presents
I
really.
think that was what he was asking about. More video game related.
Yeah, I think my mom sent me something, but I mean, I don't really. The presents aren't really important. I like when we all go out as a group of friends.
This is about
do
presents,
stuff.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have a present story to tell.
Damon, you got one.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a secret though, or anything. When I got my NES for Christmas 1985, that was
There's a dynamite photo of you on IGN
that's on,
opening that gift.
on my Gamer Memories, and I was very, very excited. But it wasn't a surprise. Like I kind of knew I was getting.
Well,
That's what I asked for.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's like one of my most pleasant Christmas morning memories for sure.
Yeah, consoles are always the best thing to get.
Oh,
like when I got
Oh yeah, those are huge.
Freaking rich
like
kids.
Super Nintendo, I guess '91 with Zelda. That was cool. That was awesome. It's always nice because you have like there's unlimited possibilities when you get.
I wanted a Game Boy so bad for Christmas, and my mom flipped her lid about it. She's like, "I'm not spending $100 on a video game handheld." But then my aunt got it for me, and that was
nice.
amazing because you had to go all the way to your aunt's. She lived far away, so we went into her house, and then I opened it up, and it's got that crazy like laser grid background, and like I charge it up, I could put the batteries in there and play it the whole way home. Play some golf.
Didn't it come with Tetris?
Yeah, but there was a golf one too.
Yeah, just golf, right?
Yeah, that's all it was. Golf.
The early Game Boy games were so funny, man. Like Breakout and Mario.
I can't believe we ever played games on that. It's so hard.
Huge.
It's so hard to tell what's happening on the screen.
Yeah, and the batteries, the batteries would go pretty quickly. Although it was funny because like when you get a DS or whatever, or like the SP or whatever, you had it would like implore you to charge it before playing it, so you had to actually wait like 6 hours to play it. But with those, you could actually just put the batteries in and play right away. So it was nice.
Side note in terms of because you said Brick Breaker, this reminded me. I don't know if you saw me playing the one day, but I finally took your advice and played and beat Shatter.
How good is it?
So it's fantastic.
How
But
good
I'm
is
not.
that
I'm
game?
actually, and I'm very much willing to admit this. I'm terrible at brick breaking games. I guess I didn't realize this because I figured it was such a basic premise. But man, playing Shatter, I was like, I'm terrible at this. Why am I so bad?
Some of the bosses in Shatter can be pretty.
Yeah, they're
annoying.
really tough, and I think it was just that my brain never fully wrapped around the attraction and repulsion mechanic.
Yeah.
So like I would try and be guiding the ball, and it just would never work, and I'd be like, well, at least the game is awesome.
I really love that game.
Yeah,
Like,
the
I don't
game's
know.
great.
I'm wild about that game. Did you blast the music?
Oh, I had my
music's so
Grado
good.
headphones.
Whenever people ask me what my favorite PSN game is, that's what I always tell them.
Yeah,
It's really
it's fantastic. The music is, in fact, I think the music is on iTunes, so I'm probably gonna buy the soundtrack
Yeah,
at some point.
Yeah, I hope they make a sequel too. Please make a sequel to that game.
That'd be nice. Hey, Ryan, who's the PSN hit of the week?
We have a good story that I got on Facebook.
Oh, story time. Everybody
All right,
get some
so
goodies.
I actually did have a hit of the week picked out, and then I received this message afterwards. And I usually don't go for the sob stories,
Yeah.
but on occasion I'll just feel. So this one just struck home with me.
Hit
This
it.
is from Jordan. Jordan writes, "Hi Ryan, please could you make me hit of the week?" Right then and there, I was like, "Please." Excellent way to start an email, by the way. I need friends. I have one friend, and the last time they were online was, as of today, 11 months ago. I am incredibly sick. He has been absent from work. All he can do is play games, and having no friends makes this hard for him. Please give Jordan a very fantastic, uproarious hit of the week. You can find Jordan with his PSN ID, JordZemic17. He doesn't make it easy for him.
No.
But it's JordZMC17, all one word. I'm going to do it again. JordZMC17.
And to be
I
honest,
like how you drew it out in the air. You're like
Did I?
you're right in the air with
It's
like
for the
J
podcast
on it.
listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I do that when I'm saying
Thinking.
letters.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
what
I'm saying letters.
All those-
When I speak letters and
When you go to
that
the
are
eye
not
doctor, you're
formed
like
into-
E.
I probably do, and I've never noticed it before. Man, those tests stress me out because I'm always worried they're going to be really disappointed if I don't get it right. Like when they're like,
Get
"Can you
out
read
of my office.
Can you read that line?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I can't. I just can't."
You hesitated.
PSN confirmed.
What about tournament winners?
Nothing actually.
What? No tournaments?
Didn't get anything from today.
I'm guessing Spooky 90 won Eurasia, and that's how that one played out.
I don't think they've been doing the World War thing for a long time, and
It's
yet
what-
you keep
it's-
referring to it.
iPo Noobs lost surprisingly to Smoky 90.
no, we didn't.
They were playing last guy, comparing scores on the leaderboard. Anyways, thank you for joining us for another podcast. Remember to rate us on iTunes if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitter at IGNcom. You can find all of us on Facebook on Facebook.com/. I'm just saying slash.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
it is just
slash.
slash.
It's //
Game over Greggy.
Yeah.
Ryan, what are you?
Facebook.com/7 winters. 7 spelled out.
Colin Moriarty.
No,
Can't miss it.
Facebook.com/
Go look me up.
What is it? Appeal,
Why do you don't have to give a
Appeal
just say
to-
I'm Greg
appeal
Miller
to
on,
heaven.
on Facebook.
When you have a common name that people can actually pronounce.
http://
I don't know how many. I don't know how many Daemon Hatfields there are, but there are a crap ton of Ryan Clemences.
Yeah, there are a
in
lot
the
of
world.
Colin Moriartys, which is a little weird. I don't like that.
I
If
believe
you
I'm,
got listener mail, you can put it on the IGN PS3 general board where we have topics occasionally posted while I'm drunk. And you can also email us at beyond@ign.com. Ryan, what's the song of the week?
I'm super excited about this.
Really?
okay,
Must
guys.
be K-pop then.
No, it's not K-pop, and this is an important one. This is when I call upon the Beyond Legion to assist me. Okay, and you guys will see why in a second. Everybody knows that I love Janelle Monae, who is an amazing singer-songwriter, who's awesome at dancing. She's awesome at singing. She's great. She performs sort of as this android character, and I think it's just really cool. Yes, this is the Many Moods video. I talked about it a long time
I
ago.
remember.
Anyway. Here's the deal. I'm going to play a Janelle Monae song, which is very new. But first of all, I want everybody to check out the website. It's jmonae.com, Jmonae. Look, I was writing it out again. .com.
Aww.
Also, if you want to see a super hot new music video that she put out, just go to YouTube, search for Janelle Monae Tightrope. And go, and her official channel is just Janelle Monae. So make sure you're watching the official channel and definitely throw a Beyond in the comments section because that would be cool. But anyway, what I am going to do is play for you guys a track called Cold War. Cold War is a friggin' awesome track. I'm going to play it now. This is why it pays to be my friend on Facebook. Why are you laughing?
I'm just enjoying you.
Okay.
He likes this part.
Yeah, I love it. Like a week ago, I actually went. I am so because Janelle Monae isn't super famous right now. She's still an upcoming artist, even though she has great support from other hip hop and
from Ryan Sallee.
and from me. So what I did is I went on Facebook and I said, "Hey guys, you want to hear an awesome new Janelle Monae track? First, 5 people who respond to me, I'll buy it for them on iTunes."
Aww.
And I got a ton of people to instantly respond, and like the 6th and 7th person were like, "Oh, damn it!" And I was like, "It's okay, I'm gonna buy it for you guys too." So I actually bought the same track 7 times.
$367 later.
No, so yeah. But anyway, that's why it pays to be my friend on Facebook because I love supporting the artists that I care about. But anyway, I'm gonna play Cold War for you. Also, if you like Janelle Monae, she has an album called Metropolis out right now, and her newest album called The Arc Android is available on May 18th. And I highly recommend people keep their eyes peeled for her because she's super talented, she's awesome, she's pretty, and she can sing really well. And I'm asking you guys as a favor to please go out, and if you do like this track at the end of the show, go and buy the albums, go and buy the music that she has, because I'd really like to support this artist. I really believe in what she's doing. And if you do like the track, I hope you do the same. So here is Cold War by Janelle Monae. Take it away, Janelle.